Welcome back to your favorite podcast on the internet, all over the planet, the Squatchin Sports Podcast. I got it right this time. Episode 20.
Yep.
There you go.
See, I wanted to put my thumb up, but then my other finger was up already.
See, Jimmy, you weren't here last week. He said that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Skipped an epi?
No, he took 24.
I went 20. We have two 24s.
Nice.
But 24 is my favorite number, so that's why.
Well, yeah, there you go. So episode 25 and a half.
Correct.
Yes.
Plus one.
Yep. We back, baby. All three of us are back. Mr. Lip is back in town.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Appreciate it. Miss you guys. It was weird having something to do on a Tuesday, but also in another state. So it was like double weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
How's y'all's week?
I'm glad I missed it though, because I just would have gotten shit talked because Ian beat me week one. Ha. Oh boy.
We should talk about that.
Oh boy.
It was mentioned. I don't know.
I'm sure it was. I mean, I would be disappointed if it wasn't.
We brought it up. I even gave him kind of what you would be doing. I gave you the kind of like the play-by-play of, I would say, U.S. got beat this week, and then you would say, yeah, this week, but what happened in the last 2 years? And you would go like this. And you would go like this.
Yep.
And you go like that. And you go like
You're
this.
absolutely right.
There's
I don't
no
even need to
Minnesota.
do the podcast anymore. I don't even
There's
need
no
to be here.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Yes, Doug, you beat me too in the podcast league. You did. It's not how you start, boys.
Hey, did we all win this week?
Yes, sir.
I did. Jimmy, you win?
In our podcast league?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat the shit out of Krista.
Because we all, I think, lost week one, right? And then we all won week two.
Nice.
Yes.
It was redemption
Nice.
week.
That's right.
That's
Redemption
right.
week 2. Steelers,
We're back,
our
baby.
fantasy teams.
There was a lot
We
to
are
it.
back. Yeah, I beat your boy Cav. KC.
Cav,
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the third round Brock Purdy pick didn't work out?
No, surprisingly enough, it did not.
To be
I
honest,
think by about 30.
that part's not doing terrible. Smokey, who'd he play? Who'd Doug play?
He did play. I can tell you in 2 seconds. He played. Dreamville, aka Montel, aka Shazam.
What was the score?
A lot to know.
139 to 99.
Yeah.
He got smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dak had Devonta Smith, Deebo Samuel, Tyler Lockett, who went off. Derrick Henry, Dak Prescott.
Damn, the retirement community coming through week 2.
Good thing that's a redraft.
Yeah. Jamar Chase didn't do anything for Montel. Neither Tua.
He hasn't. I mean, the whole Cincy offense, besides T. Higgins, this past week hasn't done shit all year.
I
Yeah.
got T8. I needed that's the only person on Cincy I have in like 2 of my leagues.
Michelle
So
Sewin beat Bon.
Nice.
Yup.
Should we
Go ahead,
Bon Bon?
Michelle. 132.
Oh, we're posting that on the page.
Damn, that's a high-scoring game.
The high scoring game.
Yeah, that'll be on the page.
In classic Lip fashion, I screenshotted the final that had like the little ribbon for the week of me and Krista and posted it to her wall on Facebook. But then I jumped in her texts and I hit her with the Patrick from SpongeBob meme where he's just looking all demonic and he's just grinning like this. And she was like, "What?" And then she checked her Facebook notification and she was like, "You demon." It couldn't have worked out any better. Again, those of you who don't know, this is the first year that my girl is doing
And
fantasy football.
Jimmy's trying to make it the last.
It was funny. We had a handful of people over last night for the game, and Alex from work he said she was like coming to him for advice. Alex goes, she came up to me this week and was like, "Hey, can you help me? Because Jimmy won't, and I'm playing him." Like, girl, I will help you for all other 14 weeks or whatever it is, but when we play each other, No love
Not
lost.
this one.
No love lost.
Mm.
We'll get to that. Yeah. So let's cover some football first.
Kick it off.
We're gonna kick it off, no pun intended. It's time for kicking it with lip. That was above the head.
Bro,
I know.
One, I'm
would say
shitting.
something.
Two, I feel the hammy get closer and closer to snapping every time, bro. Like I felt that one in my cheek. Woo! Woo! That's right, boys.
You about to be part of the
Kicking it
Monday Night
time.
crew.
Champions League is back. And while Liverpool aren't in it, still some great fucking soccer. There was, and I stumbled upon it too, really, because once I learned that the later games were going on, I kicked on Paramount Plus because they have every Champions League game, and I just hit watch live, like not knowing what game it was. It wasn't a game. They do this. It's called the Golazo Show, which I'm sure is some foreign language to me that means goal. And it's basically just like Red Zone, bro. They just bounce back and forth between every game that's going on. And like the only unfortunate thing is that app that I use will give me the goal notification before I see it in real time. But none of my teams were playing, so I didn't give a shit.
Right.
That explains why you told me there was a goal in Man City, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that'll do it. Because I got the notification that I think Rodri made it 3-1.
Yeah.
And then like 30 real-time seconds later, they kicked it over there. But hella good games, man. Barca just absolutely decimated, 5-0. Man City actually was down at home to a team that has more consonants than most languages. I can only assume that they're some Eastern European team. I don't really know. I didn't bother to look. I know they went by the Red Stars, but they ended up winning 3-1. Feyenoord in the Netherlands and Celtic in Scotland played today, and it was 1-0. Celtic got a red card, and then like 4 minutes later got another red card, bro. They were playing with 9 men.
Oh, no.
They ended up losing 2-0.
That's a hard one to
And
win.
then, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Did they have
PSG
goals before the cards or no?
They had one. It was 1-0 when they got both the Reds. PSG beat Dortmund 2-0. Mbappe scored a penalty. Atletico Madrid and Lazio was the game of the day. Atletico was beating them. Lazio had a couple chances that they couldn't cash in. I remember Jan Oblak turned it over. He's the keeper for Atletico. Came right into Immobile, and he just rocketed it, but it was right at him, bro. I'm talking like he was maybe 12 yards out, and the dude just blasted it, and he saved it. But then in the 94th minute, their keeper scored a header, bro. That shit was gas. So they were able to keep.
Is that the one I
keep
sent
a
you
point.
guys?
I saw
that's
the
what you said about the bad
I figured that's what you
the
guys were
parlay.
talking about.
If that's the last leg of the parlay and you lose like that, bro, just hang it up. Never bet again.
Oh,
Dude.
man.
Never bet again.
Facts.
It's a wrap. Because there was only 4 minutes of stoppage time at home. That was literally the last kick of the game.
Yeah.
They didn't even kick the ball off after the goal.
Wow,
Like,
that was
he headed that shit in and they blew the final whistle.
that one I sent you guys. That was a two-legger. That company, it's Backyard Breaks. They do a bunch of card breaks. The kid had a rack on it. Not a fun one.
Man,
Mm-mm.
what a way to lose $1,000.
Can you?
And like that's another reason why I don't like gambling is because like it takes away the enjoyment of the game itself for me, right? Because
100%.
any other time, unless I have a team in that race, which again I don't, I'm hyped. Like that shit, that's wild, bro. Let alone a goalie scoring, not even off a set piece, but also in stoppage time to secure the point. So the way it works for the Champions League is it's round robin. So it's 32 teams, 4 in a group, and then everybody plays a home and home. So you get 6 games, so max 18 points. And then the top two from each move on, and then that's when you get in the knockout stages, and then blah, blah, blah. And then So think about it, Ian. This is September, and it's the first match day for the Champions League.
Okay.
and the championship game isn't played until June.
Wow.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
That's a long.
That's why like you see they take a week off, they come back in, they take a week
You're
off, they
sweating
come
for a
back in.
minute.
Doug, are you talking? I'll touch on that in a minute, but I don't know if you're talking about the most recent Tottenham game in the Prem, and then the probably the two biggest teams that played each other, just like in terms of matchup, was AC Milan and Newcastle United, and they played to a 0-0 draw. It was earlier today. I didn't see any of it. All I know is I got a notification on my phone that Pulisic was coming in off the bench, and so was Yunus Musa, who were both U.S. national team players. When does Arsenal play, John? You guys should be tomorrow, right?
We switched this week to early, so yeah, it should be tomorrow.
Fake fan doesn't even know.
Dude, I didn't even get the dude. I was so mad on soccer today. Like, I literally looked down because I was gonna make a bet, which I'm glad I didn't, to be honest with you. But I looked down at that game, and it was 3:38, or it might be even later. The game started at 3, right? Yes, it was like 3:38. And I'm like, oh, I missed it. 30 minutes in, there's 0 goals. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then this guy I follow on like social media for bets, he's watching it live at halftime. They were up 1-0. Man City to win a K. They were like minus 200 at that point. Finally,
Even
they were
losing.
Yeah, because they were minus, I think 2,100 or something like that to start the game. So he dropped 2K. I'm like, bro, I mean, they're supposed to win, but too many things happen in soccer for me to just do that.
Yeah, that would have been a very hard game for them to lose. So actually, the Red Stars keeper played a pretty good game, but it was tied 1-1, and Julian Alvarez hit this free kick, and it was like he was on the left side of the pitch. So it's hooked into the right, and like it had good bend on it, it had good trajectory, but like it was too soft to be a shot and not wide enough to get someone's head on it. So their keeper comes out, tries to punch it, fucking whiffs on it, bro, hits him in the forearm, ends up in the back of the net. That's how it was 2-1 City. Yeah, and I mean he was making incredible saves. Like that scoreline is still nowhere reflective of what it should be. Like he made a point blank save off of Haaland's head, like. Crazy.
Yeah, they both play tomorrow. Them and Man U play tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't even know who you guys drew. Like I said, I haven't.
PSV.
I haven't. PSV?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. If you lose that game, I mean, they're probably the best team in Eredivisie, but.
Yeah, and then you got, what is it, Bayern? Bayern? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
That's who Man U's playing.
Bayern Munich. Yeah. They might not even make it out of their group. I don't know who the other team is, like I said. I mean, as it progresses, we can, pull it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe that's something we can do next week because it's, again, just day one. But
dude, it is crazy how, like, spaced out this is.
Well, because you have your national leagues playing throughout
so we have the group, and then we have round of 16s December to March.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
And then quarterfinals is March to April. Semis is April to May. Dude, you imagine like making a bet to who's gonna win this, which I'm glad that I didn't because I saw it the other day.
And just
wins it,
sweating it out,
and see you next year. That's longer than the NFL season,
right?
Yeah, like
sweating out to June.
Yeah, my Super Bowl bet could hit before that.
It probably absolutely would.
Yeah. Unless your team gets knocked out before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Before the knockout stages, then you're just cooked.
Wow.
Then you just know at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see any reason why City's not going to win it again.
Right.
PSG looked good against Bayern today, but Bayern lost some key people, and PSG also lost some key people, and they can't win, bro. They don't win tournaments. So it was the same thing for City for a while too. So I guess we'll see. But
right.
City hasn't dropped a point in match play. How about this though, boys? This is what I really wanted to talk about. Ian, give me that Prem table, baby.
You got it, sir.
I mean, please. I guess I should be polite.
It's okay.
Because your team technically is above mine. You said baby.
Bam. Ask you shall receive.
What is up, boys? Everybody in the top 4. Let's go.
I'm back.
Yeah, so as So
Ain't
as
no
Doug
wavering.
alluded to earlier. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I just said I'm back. Never wavered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, never wavered. No. You were definitely not thinking about switching it up at all.
100% not.
I'm never going to let you live that down, buddy.
Never
As Doug alluded to, that Tottenham game was absolutely madness. Can you click on Tottenham, please, and see if you can go to their last match and see if you can pull up the scoring time?
Mhm.
Okay. Look at this, bro. Look at this. There was nothing going on. I didn't watch the whole game, but I kicked over for like the second half after I saw Sheffield United scored. And I was like, oh boy. So Sheffield obviously scored in the 73rd minute. And Tottenham were on them. They were on their asses. Look at this. Richarlison's first goal as a Spur came in the 98th minute. And then
Jeez.
Kulusevski scores 2 minutes later, bro. Like, I knew Sheffield United was in trouble once I saw 12 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah.
I just knew
That's
it
a
was
lot.
a
That's a lot of
problem.
stoppage time.
That's a lot.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is, and I didn't pay a ton of attention because you guys can't see it, but we decorated for Halloween this weekend inside, so there's just shit everywhere, and that's kind of what we were doing. I can only assume that there was a pretty nasty injury, or who knows, maybe there was like a baker's dozen of streakers that went running across the field and they didn't have enough security personnel to subdue them. I'm not sure. But you can tell, if you know anything about soccer, you can just tell how crazy that is right there. But
Right.
it doesn't even do it justice, man. And it was home.
Was there red there?
That shit was rocking. What's that?
They have a late red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the end of the
14.
game. Erroneous.
Dude's losing, just drops another dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You get all emotional and just start clubbing people. You know what it is.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, it sounds like what game was that this past weekend for football?
Colorado State.
Well, I mean, that was just a whole different kind of game. Yeah, no, it was an NFL game.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a boiled over. Yeah, that was crazy. Hit that table again, Ian, because I just love because I didn't get to look at it this week, but I just loved what I saw. 2 down, like all the way. Look at that, man.
United and Chelsea.
United and Chelsea just chilling down there.
Max, you here, buddy? Or you don't watch anymore because you
Dude.
guys aren't in the top 4. What's up?
3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, 2 losses. Oh, I love it. Hey, you bet
Yeah,
your
it's
ass.
beautiful.
West Ham sitting up there at number 6, baby.
John's top 4, speaking it into fruition.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
So far,
Ian,
so good.
You got Arsenal next, and then you got Liverpool after, bro. So that is
piece of cake, boy.
I mean, it's early. Oh, okay, Hova. That dirt off your shoulder. That's the litmus test, though, right? I mean, I know, granted, you'll be 6 and 7 games in, respectively, but that's a good test early on to know exactly where you're at. And then if we can show the bottom. Our beloved Luton Town is
Yeah, they
Luton.
just, unfortunately, they're getting donated back.
donated like it's a fucking soup kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, their stadium kind of is.
Yeah, I mean,
True. Yeah, and it's a shame.
just
It's like,
lazy.
oh, well, they've played one less game than everybody else, but that one less game was against the 19th place team. So,
oof.
yeah,
Rough.
little dim down there at the bottom.
Oh,
but,
I just want to see Chelsea and Man U just keep fading.
if one of those teams were to get relegated, I would 100% buy Krista and Sausage a puppy. Like that's one of 2 sports.
Krista is going to shoot Chelsea's lead scorer in the leg right now.
That or the Steelers winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, you can have a puppy, whatever. You can have whatever you want. It's just I'm in pure sports.
Right,
bliss.
euphoria. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, euphoria. Thank you.
Could you imagine, like, I never, I guess, looked at it this way. I've always, like, bet towards the top 4. Imagine taking, like, Chelsea or Man U, what they were to be in the bottom 4. The odds before season starts.
Yeah, it's probably.
There's nothing better than making a bet for someone to suck.
Especially someone that you strongly dislike. I can't believe Newcastle's in 12th, too. All 3 of those teams. Those are 3 teams that I bet a lot of people had in their top 4. I think, in fact, I had United in my top 4.
What's the 8-7? Is that their goals? or differential go up, Ian?
Say it
Which
again.
one are we talking about?
Just scroll up a little bit. I want to see what the stat is. Goals for, scores allowed. Yeah. So I mean that's why they're one off.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was, right?
Who? Newcastle?
Newcastle, yeah, 8-7. Yeah, so they're one
Mhm.
off. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Look at Man United with a -4 goal diff.
Ooh, love to see it.
It's fat.
Love to see it. Yeah, look at Luton.
Yeah, I know.
Oof.
Poor guys.
But they got 2.
They tried.
Hooray!
They can say, "Hey, we made a few goals." Hopefully, it was in the soup kitchen.
It was.
The soup kitchen.
The soup kitchen.
I think name of their home field now.
That's what we're calling it. Yeah, from now on, Luton Town plays
Soup
with the
kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I love the table right now. It looks great. Chelsea and Man U can keep falling. Nottingham's up there. I like that. And West Ham, doing their thing.
Yeah, I still don't understand why you picked West Ham to be in your top 4, but looking like a thing.
I mean, no one's. But at the end of the day, number one, still number one. That's gonna be a hard one to take away.
They're the only team that hasn't dropped a point.
Mm-hmm.
5 games, 5 wins, and they are just dunking on people. But same thing with Man City. Like, they haven't really played anybody either. Let's be honest.
No. Yeah.
So
We'll see.
but yeah, I agree, Doug. Tottenham's toughest parts are coming right now. So
Mm-hmm.
We
see what
shall
happens.
see.
That's really all I got for kickies, boys. I'm still trying to feel my hamstring again.
Yeah, figure.
Yeah, stretch it out. Put some ice on it.
Dude,
Ice it down.
you're going to hear
Right.
it snap one time, and I'm just going to be crying like a little schoolgirl.
Ice and heat. Yeah. McCoy's going to take over, kick him with lip. Feature McCoy's locks.
Dude, there ain't no way I'm kicking that high. Well, you will hear that thing snap.
I may have to rewatch it later. I didn't know. I didn't feel like I got that high.
Dead.
Dude.
Almost above the head.
Felt it back in here. Yeah, but I'm sitting, so whatever.
Above the head's above the head.
Exactly, it is. Let's see here. What are we going? Yeah, so we got that on that. We go to our favorite topic, everyone's favorite topic. It's football season.
Me too, baby.
Love it, baby.
We
Two,
Oh,
baby.
in the book.
It's still overreaction Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, let's just start and pull up these games.
Let's work each game or division, however you want to do it.
We'll pull up the games, and then
Oh, I can't wait till we get to divisions.
Dude, I got my
Check
last chance. I need India to get a hit.
all right, here we go. Share screen. 3, 2, 1. Jimmy.
I have a question, Ian. When John said, I
Yes.
need India to get a hit, does that mean he is gambling on cricket, a sport in which he knows absolutely nothing about?
I will say it could mean that, and I would not be surprised. My gut says it's Jonathan India on the Reds, but we need to confirm McCoy's locks. Tell us. Are we talking
Don't
about
be
It
cricket?
is Jonathan India.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I took a 6 leg, just 6 different people to get a hit, and he is the only one that hasn't got a hit. Everyone else has, except for the late game. I have one person too, and he's at his last at bat.
Ooh.
Do it for Bollywood, Jonathan.
Everyone else got theirs in their first, besides Riley. Right, Riley got it in second, but Atlanta looks good. So let's see. We had what, Thursday night?
All right, boys. Good Thursday night. So I'm going to tell you right now, I watched this game. I couldn't tell you a thing about it. I was at a bachelor party this weekend.
Woo!
I'll do that.
Thursday, we got carried away.
Nice.
We went to a lake. We took a boat to a restaurant, went and got food. I don't remember how we got there.
Hopefully,
Then
he didn't drive the boat.
I did not drive the boat. Absolutely not. We got there. When we came back, I thought we were going in the opposite direction. All of a sudden, we showed up back at the house. We walk inside, put the game on. He pulled out all these nice bourbons and whiskeys
Oh, the
and
nightcap.
Jameson. Yeah, nightcaps. So I at the same time, we'll get to that. We'll get to the fantasy part of it. I'll talk about that after. But yeah, the game's on, and like I remember waking up the next morning and looking, and I was like, "Did DeAndre Swift have 175 yards rushing?
Goddamn right he did.
Yeah.
Oh my god! What a game!
They couldn't
I
stop the
wish
run.
I remembered it.
They
I
could
wish I
not
remembered
stop the run.
Yeah, you guys have to go tell us about the game because I could.
I mean, if you want to pop up, you can hit Gamecaster or box score, whichever. I mean, obviously he had the most of everyone, but like they just hit your go up a little bit and hit your box.
Score.
Yeah. Go blurry for a second. Should auto adjust. But I mean, like Scott Hurts. I mean, they gave up 259 on the ground. Like,
yeah, they ran. Wow.
And then look what Philly gave up on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, though, Minnesota was behind pretty significantly.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, they scored a lot in the end, but still, I mean, they couldn't get the game going. I mean, Madison ain't it. I hate to say it, but he ain't it.
I mean, it came down to.
Good.
I was just gonna say it came down to really at one. Jetta caught a ball at like the 2, and then reached out and it fumbled over the pylon, so it ended up being a touchback for Philly.
Yeah,
so,
you know what? I'll go off a little bit here. Did you guys see that video I sent you guys about how Justin Fields responded to throwing the pick 6 compared to how Kirk Cousins responded to JJ fumbling that ball? Justin Fields blamed it on his OC.
Nice.
Because I guess his OC threw the ball.
Right.
But Kirk Cousins didn't blame JJ for the fumble. He goes, if I would have gave him a better ball, he wouldn't have had to reach out for it.
Mm. Yeah.
Like that's the difference between the quarterbacks right there. I mean, I love Cousins. I mean, obviously, his prime time's a little different.
Right.
But I mean, he is a good quarterback. I mean, they just unfortunately.
I mean, he threw for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns.
He didn't throw a pick
in prime time. Yeah, that's.
He had a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Philly's just a better team.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that game out of Kirk Cousins 8 days a week. Pump that shit in my veins.
Right.
Like, you can't ask for your QB to do more.
I'll tell you this. I mean, our 10-11 win Minnesota thing ain't looking too hot right now.
0-2.
Overreaction Tuesday.
That's what it is. Tuesday, baby.
What it is. Not a hot start. Not a hot start. All right. Roll in. So, yeah, Falcons Packers.
This game was sloppy.
Yeah.
That won a lot of them this week. A lot of them.
We watched Red Zone all day. So,
yeah, I mean,
it was just all scores.
I did watch a lot of this game. Love looked good. I mean, his receivers got open. Atlanta wasn't in this game at all, as you can see with the box score up there. I mean, they scored all of them in the fourth mainly.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know. Green Bay's defense really wasn't there to that game.
Yeah. I mean, you can also see the impact that Aaron Jones has on that offense, though, too. Like, he is a difference maker.
For sure.
Clearly. So.
And, I mean, London actually showed up. London had 0 catches week 1, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They finally established giving the ball to strictly Bijan.
I tell you what. I had a lot of doubts about Bijan with him being so high in fantasy. Yeah, they gone.
I was going to say I had doubts, but I mean, I definitely didn't. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I still do. Like, I don't think he is going to be like one of the top scorers all the time just because of who they play, but we'll see.
Dude, I don't know, man. He's got some.
He looks good.
He's a freak.
He looks good.
He looks good. He looks good. Yeah. Falcons are sneaky.
They are.
I said it a few times. They're sneaky. They're going to be sneaky.
They are. That's why they had their wins. What were they at? 8.5, 9.5 when we looked at it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
So,
but
then we got the Raiders and Bills. The Raiders are doing Raiders things for me.
Yeah. I mean, Raiders, I think,
beat
are
Denver.
what we thought they were. They did beat Denver.
Jimmy G, he's my second quarterback in my big fantasy league for my spot. He's thrown up, 18 points the first 2 weeks. So doing his job.
Yeah. What's up, Monica? Yeah.
The Bills needed that game by far. They had to have that game.
They did. They did have to have that game. And they had to have it, but they had to have it, not just like a squeak out win. They had to win, and they did.
And I'll tell you this: I was watching some stuff beforehand, and I kind of more saw what you saw, Jimmy. Cook ain't bad.
James Cook?
Yeah,
Told you.
he ain't bad. He looked good.
Told you. Good hands out of the backfield and run the ball. I mean, 17 carries for 123. You're at what? 7 yards a carry there with quick math, no calc. Something like that.
Yeah, that was a win they needed for sure.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Yeah, Bobby keeps trying to trade me James Cook and Garrett Wilson back to myself for Justin Jefferson. Like, no, bro. I keep telling him, the second you put Devontae Smith in there, I'll take it. Which, ironically enough, is also someone – I had all 4 of those guys on my team.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for first-round picks. So,
Hey, you got plenty of them. I had a bet on this game. DraftKings does like the
Bills one.
If team goes up 10, your bet cashes.
Yeah.
So I put on the Raiders. It was like a small bet. They went up 7-0 quick, and I was like, okay, here we go. And then, well, you saw what happened after that. I didn't hit a single bet, not a single one. But then we bounced back yesterday, so we're good.
We did bounce back yesterday.
All right, AFC North battle. Ravens Bengals.
Y'all can talk about this. This game disappointed me.
I mean, I think the game's pretty much what I thought it would be. I mean, every AFC North game is going to be within a score. Typically, I would say 90% of the time.
For sure.
I mean, I just watched Red Zone, so it was all I saw was
I didn't watch too much of this
any
game.
turnovers or scores. Yeah. I mean, from what I know, the Bengals offense sputtered again. Towards the end, they started to gel a little bit. Like T. Higgins and Burrow kind of found their chemistry, but
those were the only two.
Him and Chase struggled.
I watched this whole game and then would just like commercial pop to something else. The Ravens were up 2 scores the whole game. So even though if it ended up being a field goal game, it wasn't that close.
No.
And there's nothing that warms my heart more as of late, like the last 3 or 4 seasons, than watching the Bengals lose at home, because their fans have gotten so cocky to not have won shit. Y'all ain't won shit.
Starts with their mayor.
And you just yap. And don't get me wrong, I'm kind of a Joe Burrow guy. I like Joe Burrow as much as I can for him being a quarterback in the AFC North. That's not for the Steelers. And then they're like, oh, we're 0-2 now, but our quarterback's got 1 leg. Like, no, it's a calf strain, bro. It happens.
Right.
You know, I've had them. Like, bro, playing baseball and shit. You play through that shit. Yeah, your shit feels like you got a fucking Charlie horse. I get it. It's on your plant leg or whatever. Now, the only thing that I will say that makes me not count the Bengals out is the fact that they have started 0-2 in 4 of the last 5 seasons, but none of those 0-2s, with the exception of this season, were 2 division games.
Right.
So that means you're 2 games into the season, the best you can finish is 4-2 in the AFC North. And then they showed a graphic at the end. I don't remember if it was at the end of that game or at SportsCenter later that night. Like the last 6 or 7 teams that have started the season 0-2 and then both been division losses all missed the playoffs. So we'll see.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just going to say, I don't think the Ravens are like overly good. I don't think the Ravens are 2-0 good, and I don't think the Bengals are 0-2 bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
When we get to the divisions in a little bit, I'll speak my piece on that.
Yeah,
But that's just kind of where I'm at with those two teams.
I said it going into this. I was talking to the guys the other day, and I'm like, I still don't think the Ravens are that good. I just think the Bengals just aren't playing well.
They're not.
To start the year.
I will bounce off of your quarterback's playing on one leg sentiment that the Bengals fans are kind of throwing out there. I don't know if they seem to forget Big Ben coming in and beating them in a playoff game on one leg.
I remember.
I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
That's right. I'm sure they try to forget about that. But I'll make sure I remind them excuses are excuses are excuses.
That's right.
So, yeah, I mean, Bengals 0-2, Ravens 2-0. I think we all agree that they're not what they are currently. So, yeah. Moving on, next game, Seahawks and Lions.
Dude, this was a good one. This is actually the game I had on.
Yeah, this was a good game.
Um,
This game seemed to always be on Red Zone. Like, it was constant. Basically watched the whole game.
There was a lot of Lions obviously did their thing, and then they just kind of choked in some bad spots.
Mm-hmm.
They really did. Obviously they choked at the end of the game too, but they just choked in some bad spots, and then Seattle choked at the in the fourth quarter there. They were up, I think it was 13 or 10, right around there, and they let them back in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no good game. I mean, Detroit's doing what Detroit's doing. I mean, they're playing well. They're scoring. We knew they would score.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game the Seahawks needed after their week one loss to the Rams. They needed to bounce back and they needed to win. So I think it helps them, and they played well.
Yeah, that was
this was one of the games that ended on what I think should have been a penalty called, but wasn't. The hold on Aiden Hutchinson at the end.
Yeah.
Should have been called, especially in that situation.
Yeah,
but it wasn't, and you can't do anything about it. But they definitely missed that one. I'm sure
it was right in front of the ref too. He was held so hard that his helmet ended up sideways. But dude, there's missed calls every game. They missed face mask on us last night on Deshaun Watson early on in the game. But I mean, the ref was standing right behind it. There was just no way for him to see it. It is what it is. It sucks when it goes against you, and it's cool when it goes for you. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what else to say about that. But from the Lions standpoint, you look at that box score, y'all were up 21-17 going into the fourth, and then fought back and let it into overtime. And then the Seahawks got the ball and they walked right down the field on y'all. That game for the last 3 seasons is combined over 160 or 170 points.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play defense.
No.
Whenever these two teams get into a game, I would bet the over. The non-gambler on the pod would bet the over. And I'm kind of pissed at myself for not doing it because it would have been a nice little come up.
Easy money.
Yeah, it's just whoever's got the ball last is probably gonna fucking win.
Yep.
Right. Yep. You're right, and that's what happened. Mm-hmm. All right.
Back-to-back OT games.
Yeah, back-to-back OT games. Man, did the Chargers make Tannehill look like young Tannehill?
That QB option, bro. That triple option.
Dude.
From 12 yards out, and he just lowered the shoulder. What?
I mean, I'll tell you this.
Man.
Great play calling. That's what that game came down to. I mean, dude, the Chargers had that game in the bag, and they they obviously gave it away a little bit there. But, yeah, I mean, just great play calling and great defense there at the end by the Titans.
Yeah.
He's 0-2.
Man, Brandon Staley's seat has got to be on fire, dude. With the talent he has, man, oh man.
On both sides, yes.
On both sides.
Are the Chargers the best 0-2 team in the NFL? Now, before you answer, they have scored 58 points, 34 week 1, 24 week 2, and have not turned the ball over once
That's nuts.
And they're 0-2.
So yes.
He said so. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Figured I'd make it a little bit
absolutely.
easier for you, but I don't know who else is better
Yeah, I mean,
at 0-2.
we'll say everybody's record, but that's, I mean, jeez.
Yeah, by
Not
far.
with those stats backing it, there's nobody can say anybody else. I mean, Herbert's balling out clearly.
Yeah.
Their
I
defense
had
is
I had switched over to that game at one point, or maybe I had bounced over to Red Zone or something like that for a little bit just to check it out. And it was funny. It was like into the third quarter, and the commentator curse every time. Oh, the Chargers have not had a penalty yet today.
womp womp.
Fucking Tannehill throws one to the guy in the slot. Derwin James comes and just lays the boom on this dude. And I mean, it was so clean. And that's what I hate about football now. Like, shoulder into shoulder, just rock the dude coming down from the safety position and got flagged for hit on defenseless receiver. Like, what are you supposed to do there?
Right.
And it was like, that's the thing is like, if you hit him in the head or if your head hits him, I get it. They state that all the time. But like, why can't a big hit just be a big hit? Like, John, do you remember was it the Sugar Bowl or the Fiesta Bowl where Major Wright almost decapitated that dude from Oklahoma? He would be doing 10 to 12 right now in prison.
He killed him.
If he did that shit in the NFL.
And my favorite player, John Lynch, would not be in the league.
Right.
No.
And it just, oh man, it's fucking frustrating because that was catalytic to the rest of that drive. Like, I don't think it was a third down. Maybe it was. I don't know. It might have been a second down. But shortly after that, the Chargers got another penalty on that drive. So 15 yards and then another 10 or 15 yards. And then that put Tennessee in the range to put points on the board. It's just shit like that just irks me, bro.
Right.
Because you're ruining
Yeah, no.
You're ruining the fucking game.
Yep.
Don't worry, we cracked a freshie for the next game.
Say, McCoy, go ahead and take it.
Here we go.
We in here.
All right, next game.
2-0, baby.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah. All right, next game.
2-0. Baker, baby. Oh. No, it was a fun game to watch. It got a little scary there at the end. I thought you were literally scrolling down past the game. No, it got a little scary there at the end, and then Justin Fields, the Bears offensive coordinator threw a pick. So then the game was over. I'll tell you, I mean, I know you guys probably dislike him, but Baker's trash talk is awesome. The way he talks shit to people is hilarious.
I mean, listen, I'll give him his, mentality and whatnot on the field is obviously like he's got that swagger, right?
Mm-hmm.
My main thing is let's see how he does against teams.
For sure. I mean, we're going to see it this week. But he's not in that bottom 12 of quarterbacks right now. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah. Right now, you stats your stats.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Baker Mayfield, bro.
But so, it was great to see Rashad say, I've never seen obviously Baker's been a backup, pretty much at this past couple starts or, not been playing. And he talked about how he dissects it at the line a lot faster than, most quarterbacks do when they at that age. So, no, it's good to see. We'll see. I mean, our real test is obviously this week, Monday Night Football, Philadelphia. So
test.
Oh my God! Thank God we don't have to hear about you being unbeaten. First the Rays to start baseball season.
Build it up for me, Jimmy. Build it up.
And now the Bucks against the Bears. Come on, bro. Like, as much as I love Justin Fields, you might actually, truly might be worse than Kenny Pickett as an NFL quarterback.
Oh, Fields?
Now,
no, yeah, the Bears are terrible.
Granted. Fields has legs, which Kenny doesn't really.
No.
And I was watching, who was it today? I don't know if it was NFL Live or whatever it was. There was at one point, I have no idea what the game situation was. All I know is Fields looked dead at a man who was running in the seam into the end zone, wide ass open.
Wide open.
I mean, wide as Brooks
Wide
could have made this throw, left-handed.
Yep.
And he took a sack.
Yep.
And that's when it's like, okay, hold on a sec.
They said that his it was one of his what was it, tight ends said that like his how he checks down is just so slow.
Yeah, it's just
Like he doesn't read the field fast enough because his mind is my star wide receiver, then run the ball.
yeah.
And that's
Because that's basically what it was at Ohio State. Now he had better receiving talent at Ohio State than he does in Chicago.
He doesn't have terrible wide receiving core though.
I'm not saying he does. I'm not saying he does at all. There's a couple things that go into it, right? In the college football game, you're not playing defenses the caliber of the NFL. I don't care if it's Alabama against insert 30-second defense in the NFL. The 30-second NFL defense is still miles better than whatever Alabama defense was out there at any time, right? But secondly is, bro, you can't run away from these dudes.
No.
You can't. Like, we'd have to look it up, but I'm sure the average NFL D lineman runs a sub 4.8 40. You know, with the exception of maybe like Vince Wilfork, who's not been in the league for years.
But he can kick a field goal.
Yes, he can.
No, I mean, like I said, they obviously aren't that good, but hey, a win's a win, baby.
Yeah, take it. Fuck it.
Not where I saw.
I didn't have you there. Did you?
I had us at best 1-1.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. The Minnesota
the average defensive tackle speed is a 5.06 40.
5.06, slow ass motherfuckers, bro. Fields, how are you getting flagged by these dudes?
Dude, well, I mean,
that's Wikipedia though. So
our line's also not linemen; they're like all like DNs.
So hold on a second. Scratch that. It's terrible. I don't know.
Wrong?
Sports Kita.
That sounds legit.
Plug-in. Sports Kita says the defensive end is a 4.8. Defensive tackle's a 5.6.
Yeah.
5.06 or 5.6?
5.06. 5.06.
Yeah. So yeah, defensive tackle. Yeah, the middle. Yeah, that makes sense. Defensive end's gonna be fast.
Right. All right.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, dude, to be honest with you, I'm looking at games, and like I told you, Arizona's gonna be the worst. And then I pretty much had, I think after that was Carolina. Bears might be getting a run for their money.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
we'll see.
Hey, as for now, let Mike Evans eat.
He did eat.
He ate.
All right, moving on.
This game was awful. Worst game of
the week.
This is a really bad game. So bad.
Of the week.
Yeah, I mean, just bad all around. Like, I don't even know
how to explain it. Like,
it's bad.
If you want to go and hit box score, like, I think Kelsey had 2 catches and like 9 targets.
Yeah, he did.
All this game told me was that the Chiefs aren't the Chiefs yet, and the Jags aren't ready yet.
No.
Right.
Great job to Jacksonville's defense.
Yeah, 9 targets. So.
But your offense, you want to talk about weapons on the offensive side of the ball, bro? ETN, Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram.
Zay.
And you can't get in the end zone? I know, Roscoe. Same.
I mean, Zay, look at that. He had 6 targets, 0 catches.
Right.
We got to take a quick pause.
Stop.
It's time for a plug, boys.
Ooh. Peach, huh?
Peach. Beach and peach.
Beach and peach. It was good, huh? Do you have that one, Ian?
I don't. I have the hydration blend strawberry banana monkey madness.
That's a lot.
It's great. It's great. It's tell you what, you're hydrated. That's for sure.
Beach and peach. That actually sounds pretty good.
Douglas, tell us that beach and peach Is that energy or is that hydration? What's up? While he's typing, while he's letting us know, shout out to our one, our only, our near and dear to our heart, Dubby.
Dubby.
You're the first. You're our first. You popped our cherry, as opposed to, I guess not as opposed to, in terms of our sponsorship. We appreciate you. I use your stuff. It tastes great. It's clean. No sugar. No jitters in the energy. They got shaker bottles. They got merch. They got hydration blend. They got energy drinks.
Okay.
They got all you can think of. He responded.
We got a discount
We got
code.
that sample pack.
Ooh.
Oh, baby. And they're fire. I agree. I have the I haven't used this one yet. This is the apple. Yeah, Granny Smith apple and secret sauce.
Oh,
Someone jizzed
buddy.
in that joint.
Oh, buddy. It's called Dub. Funny enough, it's called Dub Sludge.
Oh, for sure, bro. You're drinking cold.
We'll be taking that tomorrow.
yeah, we're gonna be editing
So-
that.
If you would like, right, if you would like to try some of this Dubby, for those that watch it, we'll hook you up. Use our code. 10% off. Squatchin Sports. Scans QR code right here. Takes you right to our page. Order whatever you want. You get 10% off the whole thing. Helps us out. Helps you out. We're here for it.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Dak Bar for using our code, being the first to use it, being a G, being a real one. Shout out Dubby. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
All right, get me off
This
this
game was garbage. Let's skip it.
Yeah, trash. Done.
It was awful. Absolutely.
Next.
Next. All right.
I mean,
Colts and Texans. What could have been?
the game that I thought was gonna be the worst game of the week. I mean, was great until AR went down.
Yeah. Thank goodness it was a little earlier in the game because I might have got smoked in fantasy.
Yeah, he was.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns so early, and I was like,
in,
"Oh
it was
no!"
wasn't it like 7 or 8 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would have been a lot closer.
You know what? Good.
Yeah.
Kudos to him for taking himself out like that. It was like 2 drives later or something like that. And, you know, I respect it. Protect yourself, man. Now, obviously,
Absolutely.
maybe you could have protected yourself a little bit better on the hit itself.
Yeah,
But
Right.
I get it. You're a competitor. You're young,
you
you know. So, Colts, better than we thought. Texans, just as bad as we thought.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think
It's hard. Like you say, protect yourself. Obviously, yes, he could have protected himself better, but it's so hard to like that whiplash hit is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
Yep,
Definitely.
that's tough.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what we thought. I mean, 2 mediocre teams, some young players, and the Colts pulled it out.
Richardson's exciting though.
Yes.
He is
And you know
exciting.
what? Stroud played decent too.
Yeah, good
Good.
game. What was it? What did it
384, 2 tuds.
384. Shoo.
Led
Yeah,
the league
2
in
tuds.
passing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, AR is exciting. We'll just see. I mean, Pittman's gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
As long as
Pittman is gonna
Richardson's
eat.
on the field. All right, I got
Right.
this one, boys. Ready? Are we on to Niners Rams?
Run it.
Fuck you, Sean McVay from America. From America to Sean McVay. Fuck you, dickhead.
Oh man, you know what's so funny?
I didn't even know it was a 7-point spread, bro. Until
No.
you told
Yeah.
me.
No, a lot of people had 7.5.
Oh well, that's fat.
No,
sucks.
yes, the wrong way.
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah. Also, fuck you, Sean McVay, twice. Here, you can have the other one too.
Dude,
The hell are you doing?
Since
That's the
you say
most
that,
Vegas-y call-in.
it's so
Hello?
funny.
Hello?
Did you watch his interview?
No, what'd he say?
So they asked him, right? And they're like, hey, you had to know Vegas, right? Come on, dude. You had to know it was a 7-point spread. And he goes, to be honest with you, and this, like, it took him forever to get the words together. This is how you know he's lying through his teeth. He goes, our goal was the play before that to get the completion, kick the field goal, and then try to get the onside kick. But he couldn't even get onside kick out. He's like, just get to the next possession. And he's like, when we missed that pass over the middle, and then we hit the next one, we decided just to kick it anyway because he was trying to explain he didn't want Matt Stafford to have to throw one up to get a pick on his stats. Bro, you're the head coach. You don't give a damn about your players' stats.
Correct.
You give a damn about Vegas.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's right.
Scripted.
Right. The only
Right,
thing,
that
the
was
only other thing I thought of when I saw that happen is there's got to be something. I don't know if coaches have like the same incentives that players do, or maybe not to that extent. Like I'm sure coaches are incentivized in some fashion in their contracts.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some sort of clause in his contract that say
Like differential.
exactly. Yeah, if your one score games
Maybe.
are X, you get paid this much. But if you have under this number, you get paid this much less.
Right.
I don't know, dude. And then like, if you take the argument like, okay, he wanted to rep for his kicker. Nah, you want to rep for your offense way more than you want
No,
to
that's
rep
what
for your
he was
goddamn
repping
kicker.
for Stafford. He didn't want Stafford to throw a pick. Look at his game.
Yeah, I don't mean repping like Young Jeezy I put on for my city. I mean repping like like getting the repetition in.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Jimmy. Let's reenact this. Let's reenact this Vegas. You can be Vegas. I'll be Sean McVay.
Okay.
Yeah, clipboard.
Ring, 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 ring.
What's up?
Ring, 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 ring.
What's happening?
Sean,
Hello?
I've been calling you for 5 minutes, bro. Are you going to answer the fucking headset or what?
Who is this?
This is Vegas, bitch. Do you like your job?
What's up? What's happening? What do I need?
Do you like your job?
I love my job, Vegas.
Kick the ball!
Oh, damn it. We gotta kick this field goal. You love your job. You love your job. Kick it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It'd be even better if he missed it too.
There you go.
Just shake the shit out of it. Yo, we got to clip that shit, bro. That's a clip.
It's clipped.
Right off the top of the
Oh,
dome, too.
man.
Love to see it.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I envisioned it shook out. Did you see how quick the ref was moving to get the ball down?
Right.
Oh yeah.
And like I understand they do that, right? But like homie had some dubby in his step, bro. That wasn't some pep. That was some dubby.
He got some
What?
W in his step.
You get that W energy, baby.
See?
Yeah,
You
that was
do it organically, Dougie. You just got to give me the chance, Papa.
that was a wild game. I mean, we'll touch on it real quick here. How about the rookie Eaton?
Puka?
Puka.
Who, Puka?
Yeah,
The
bro.
one that this guy had the foresight to draft because I know
Dude.
ball?
I'm telling you this. So this is like obviously the 4 o'clock game, so it's like the end of our day at work. So I've been taking some live bets, and they had him at 8.5. And I looked at Luke. I said, "How many catches did he have last week?" He goes 11. I said, "Max bet."
Mash.
He
We,
covered it before the 4th quarter.
Yeah. In North Carolina, they have prize picks. His over-under for catches was 4.
Yeah, it's insane,
He got that in 5 minutes.
bro. I mean, it kind of goes back to like Stafford just in Cooper Cup kind of a thing. He finds that receiver. Guess what? He's gonna find him as many times as he possibly can.
Right. But
Like-
and they're open. It's open.
Dude,
And you look at the dude.
he's
No,
like a-
no offense to the dude, but he
I
does
always
not look like a wide receiver.
Oh, see, I disagree. I think he looks like a quintessential wide receiver, bro. He's like 6'2", 205.
That was Cooper Cup. I just assume every white receiver on the Rams is just Cooper Cup.
So spoiler alert, Puka is not fully white.
Yeah. On TV from far away.
Yeah, there you
You're
go.
telling me a guy with the name Puka Nakua is not fully white?
Good point. Good point.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a good game though.
Yeah.
Yep, it was.
All
right.
San Fran looks good, man. They look good.
On to the game that I was praying for halfway through it.
For the
Because,
comeback?
as you guys know, I have the Cardinals under 4.5 wins.
Yeah.
And I do not want them to win a game early in the year because that's stressful.
Josh
Sure.
Dobbs tried to ruin it for you.
And then when I saw this dude run one for 23 yards, I was like, the Giants do suck.
You talking about that touchdown where he ran right through homie's face?
Yes.
Let's go, bro.
It was like
he ain't got no,
he
he got no hair on his body. Motherfucker's aerodynamic as hell.
Yeah, there was at one point Wayne actually came over for the late night game, but we were watching this and I was like, dude, 1,050 right now. They were plus 1,050, the Giants at one point. I was like, the Cardinals do suck. No. Yeah.
Damn, you should have.
I was like, the Cardinals do suck, but
the Giants also suck
too. R.I.P. Barkley. But yeah, no, great win for me.
Fine.
On a future bet.
Yeah.
So, that was good.
There you go. Jets, Cowboys.
There wasn't much to that game. There wasn't really much to this game either. I mean, to be honest, I mean, Wilson definitely looks better than he did last year. I'm not going to say he looked good in this game because he didn't. But he is definitely – you can tell that he has been behind Rodgers at least a couple months and has matured a little bit. I'm not going to say he's going to be good, but I'm just saying he's matured.
Yeah. But we do this every year, don't we? Like, not us because we know how it is, but like, oh my God, it's the Cowboys. They're outscoring everybody 70-10. And like you played the two teams that play in the same goddamn stadium for their home games, like it's fucking high school.
Yep.
And you choke every single year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Every year. Going back to, I think, when they beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb, stud. Rest of that offense, awful.
Oh, good.
Nice. Yeah.
I meant wide receiving core, sorry.
Oh, well. Yeah, I could tell by the way you said offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Pollard on a lot of my teams, so I'm cool with him.
Yeah,
well, I had him. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, they're that kind of choke.
Yeah, I mean, regular season's great. Don't matter if you don't do anything in playoffs. Shout out Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jets defense. I didn't really watch the game a whole lot, but I can only assume because the Jets offense wasn't really on the field a whole lot that the defense just kind of broke down.
Correct.
So that's that. Cowboys and Cowboys.
That's what it is. I mean,
the Jets without Rodgers.
Yeah.
Moving on. This game.
Love it.
Dude.
You want to talk about, we can say the worst 0-2 team. There's obviously teams worse than the Broncos, but there's nothing worse to be an 0-2 at home.
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. That's tough.
And you were up 21-3.
Correct.
Yes.
And that defense.
You threw a Hail Mary, got it, and then failed.
Right. Well, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, let's just talk about that because that was nuts. We were just sitting there. It was the last game. We weren't even going to turn it on because red zone was over, and we're just like going to go pack our stuff up and get ready for leaving the next morning. And I was like, it's just switching on. There's not much time left. Man, am I glad we did. That was crazy. I did not expect that at all.
That
was a hell of a finale, bro.
Part of this game. None of it.
I thought when Wilson threw the ball up, I thought it was gonna be super short, like way short. I was like, "There's so much air underneath that ball."
It was short,
and all of a sudden it comes down and just tip. Guy caught it. We're like, "Oh,
That defensive coordinator is putting them on SWAT down drills all week long.
Dude, right. And the funny thing is I saw the coach, like, because they called that timeout, and the coach went over. It was Peyton, or I guess it was Sean Payton. No, it was Sean Payton. It was Rivera, and he was like,
Yeah,
swat it.
you have
That's
one
right.
job. Stop trying to get a pick.
Yeah. Well, that happened. And then 2-point conversion happens. And
Terrible play call.
I mentioned the 2 calls that were missed. This was call number 2 at the end of the game. Yikes.
That one was bad.
That was, as Jimmy put it so elegantly, that is the poster child for pass interference.
Yeah, that one was bad.
Yeah. It's how can you have that Hail Mary happen and let the game end like that without throwing something?
Yeah.
Like, just out of principle, you can't.
It was rough.
They did. Yeah, but they did.
Yeah. I mean, but both teams, like I said, they're going to be mediocre this year. Obviously, the Commanders are 2-0, but that will change.
Yeah.
I think it would. But, yeah, I mean, the Broncos are doing what they kicked off last year with, losing a lot of games by a couple of points.
Yep. Yeah, they scored over 18.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Commanders scored more.
And then we come to the wonderful Sunday night game that was not a wonderful game to watch.
Snooze fest.
This was, once again, the score just does nothing for what the game was.
Right. Patriots scored a bunch late.
I mean, the Dolphins had to lead the whole game. They stopped throwing the ball. For my better people out there, I had Tyreek flat, Waddle flat. You're not going to throw to him when you're up the whole game like that.
Yeah, it's going to run it out. Mostert went off.
Boring game. Very boring game.
Yeah. All right. Monday night, and we're obviously not going to do Steelers-Browns first. That's gonna be
we'll do the other one first.
I have so much to say.
This was about the game I pretty much anticipated. I mean, it was going to be a close game. Not high scoring.
Saints screwed my -3.
Yeah, there was there was some late scoring to it. There was the receivers. I'm telling you, for the Saints, they're good. With Olave, I don't know if you guys watched Olave and Thomas's catch.
I missed.
I saw Thomas falling backwards because that was before the Steelers game started.
Olave catch was number 1 on SportsCenter today. It was one of the best catches ever.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. I mean, great game by them. I think the funniest part of this game, if anyone watched it, was what's his name? Young lining up not behind the center. He lined up behind his D tackle or his O tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sanders had to push him over to get him behind the center. He's like, "Bud, you're supposed to be over here."
Because they didn't say hi.
One quarterback over to be like, "Hey, bro, the center's over there."
Jeez.
So, but no, I had the under in this game. It went hell under. So, about the game we expected. There's your boy Hill at the most rushing yards.
Right.
Just
he
another
always has those games.
Well, he has them games, but just another running back that got hurt. Williams got hurt in this game, so.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kendra Miller not in the lineup?
I don't think he was last night. Yeah.
No, because what's his name? Who's the other running back?
Jones.
He had 2 TDs. So, and we'll get to that on the bad beat here after you guys explain this next game, because I'll explain why I shut this game off at halftime. So,
well,
go ahead and kick it off, guys, because this is all you guys.
I mean, first thing I want to start out with is the Browns are the Browns. And then we'll continue.
Yeah, we can agree on that. Brown's going to brown, baby.
Browns are going to brown.
Browns.
So I will continue. I texted this to Jimmy earlier, and I'll say it live on this podcast. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong.
Hats off to you.
And
that's what this is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I am not off the Pickett train. I'm more of like the stops right here. I can see the stop.
Getting like a foot off of it.
You pulled the little cable that goes bing bing.
Right. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to get off, but I want to see how it ends. It was bad. He played awful again 2 weeks in a row. It was just bad.
Good.
No, not good. I did go to this game. I was at the game. My voice is a little better now. Still a little raspy, but I yelled 230 million guaranteed so much. Pretty much every single time. It was fantastic.
Another one. That's for you,
another
buddy.
one.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Well
Appreciate
done.
it. But Pickett missed way too many throws. He did. He just missed way too many throws. Wide open, hit him on the back shoulder. That Calvin Austin one that we talked about earlier, Jimmy. Wide open. Now, while he hit him on his back shoulder. Like he had to go like this to catch the ball, and he had him in stride, first down, easy. But I will say probably 80% of the time, maybe a little more. I mean, there's nobody open. The play calling is horrendous. It's so bad. O-line with Swiss cheese. And I feel like I should be happy after a win. But I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm glad we won. I'm glad we beat the Browns. I'm happy we beat the Browns. Jimmy, I talked for a decent bit. You can go ahead, say your piece.
Oh no, you can finish.
I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. No, I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm happy we beat the Browns. I'm not happy with the win because our defense won us the game single-handedly, besides Pickens doing what he did on that catch. I mean, without TJ Watt, Highsmith, and just our defense in general, we had no business winning that game. Thank God Deshaun Watson sucks.
Right. And that's a lot of what it boiled down to. But yeah, I'm right with you. We can go 2-15 every year, and as long as those 2 wins are against Cleveland, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, as much as I hate Baltimore, as much as I hate Cincinnati, but now especially living in Cleveland, bro. I was letting Roscoe out before the game last night, and there was people drove by me in a pickup truck, and they were just like booing me or whatever. And so I hit him with the "Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!"
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you know I'm a loud motherfucker. My voice carried, right? And they were like, "Fuck that, Pickett sucks," and I was like, "I agree." And that's pretty much the theme, right? I watched the game in my Steelers dominated basement with a good group of people, none of which were Steelers fans. And Krista, who is a Steelers fan, didn't even get home until about 5 minutes into the second quarter because she was coaching. So it was very, very nice to watch the first play pick six because they were just talking so much shit. Mm-hmm. First play of the game, they throw it to fucking Harrison Bryant. He bobbles it. Minka bobbles it. Alex says, thanks. And dip. So that felt awesome because I'm telling you, I mean, everyone. There was like 7 or 8 people here, all of them Browns fans. So very nice. Even the 3-year-old was wearing a Brown shirt. I'm like, okay. Oof. But yeah, Ian, pretty much in line with you. The play calling's not great, and I was watching the Pat McAfee show earlier today, and they had Dan Orlovsky on there, and there's some things that I think Dan Orlovsky talks about very well, and there's some things that I'm like, I remember you running out of the back of the end zone for 15 yards, so I don't know how much of your opinion I trust. But what it broke down to was he called the Saints-Panthers game last night, and on the plane back was watching the film for the Steelers game. And I think he said it pretty well. Like, is Canada making top-tier play calls? No. Is he making bottom tier play calls? Not really either. And the biggest example he used to back that up was there was a screen pass, I think to Warren at one point, where there was a blitzing situation and like we had them dead to rights and Kenny just didn't make the throw. He didn't put enough air on the ball for it to not get batted down to get to Warren and pick up the easy first down. So like shit like that. And like, yes, I've been particularly critical of Kenny Pickett from the start, right? One, because I'm just not a Pitt fan in general. Two, I think you wasted a first round pick because Dan Marino, you let slip 35, 38 fucking years ago. And three, personal reasons, we'll just call it. I'm not a huge fan. And and I told you this before, this is one of the few things that I don't want to be right about. Most of the time, I just love being right, almost to a fault. But this one, I would gladly take an L on. And homie is just not doing anything to prove me wrong. And you know what sucks the most? And I was having a conversation with my neighbor today. I walked down to his house to take him his phone charger back. He said, "Why don't you guys put Mitch out there?" And I said, because that would be the franchise admitting that they fucked up and that they were wrong.
Yep.
Which is the exact same reason why they don't fire fucking coordinators and head coaches throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So now, having said that, Kenny Pickett actually has some arm talent, right? But he's throwing the ball so goddamn hard every time. It's like you don't know when to put touch on it. You know, in the Pickens touchdown, thank God he found him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't his first look. And by the time he found him, it was honestly almost too late. If you watch the replay on that free safety that was trailing, I can't remember if it was Calvin Austin or Allen Robinson that was coming on like the skinny post on the other side. Yeah. But Pickens like set him up after he caught the ball. He set him up and took that like slight little step to the outside and it was just gone.
Yep.
Yeah, the middle linebacker like didn't react to his hook zone, and Pickens was just wide open and just boom right there. And that was great to see. Love me some Georgie P, baby. Had the Pickens jersey on. I almost fucked around and threw on the autographed helmet, but I didn't want to get any ginger hair up in that thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude. I mean, look, the Steelers have 4 touchdowns this season: 2 by the offense, 2 by the defense. That's not sustainable. You're not going to win football games. Thank God you played a poverty franchise like the Cleveland Browns, because you're not going to do that week in and week out. Also, the only other thing, and I'll leave it right here, TJ Watt is the best fucking defensive player in the NFL, and if anyone says otherwise, have a conversation with me because I would love to prove you wrong. I would absolutely eat up the opportunity. Now, Micah Parsons, fantastic player. Nick Bosa, fantastic player. Myles Garrett, fantastic player. The list goes on and on. They're not fucking TJ Watt, bro. They're not. And honestly, Cleveland schemed for him pretty well last night. They had that rookie on him. The rookie, for the most part, held his own. And they every single big passing down where you knew Watt was coming, they were chipping him. Chipping him, to the point where the Steelers had to react and actually started dropping Watt into coverage on like third and medium, third and long. So kudos, because you game plan for him right, and he only had 1 sack, which if you tell me TJ Watt's lining up on a rookie tackle, I'm taking the over on whatever the sack total is because it's probably 2.5, right?
Right. Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, that was 2 was like the Vegas odds. 3 was the user odds.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. Best defensive player in the NFL. Our defense deserves so much better from our offense, from the O-line, from the quarterback, from the OC. Like those are the glaring weak points on our team. Ian, like you said, could the receivers get better separation? Absolutely. Is some of it scheme? Absolutely. Yeah. Is some of it, the ability to run routes? Probably. Like Deontay Johnson's the best route runner on our team. I'm not going to take that
Absolutely.
away. But he also probably got the worst hands. So
Correct.
Yeah,
I will say this. I put it in our chat earlier. I don't know how much you guys take in with PFF or Pro Football Focus, whatever it is. I think it's all horseshit. This pretty much cemented that for me. They gave Myles Garrett the grade of 92.9 for the game last night. TJ Watt, 73.2.
So I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know if you know what goes into that grading. So
Hogwash.
it's kind of a bullshit grading. So how that works is how many times that player was double teamed is the main focus on that grading. So it's a bullshit.
Yeah, I mean it is.
What do you mean? Does the
because
more they're
Garrett-
double
Garrett-
team result in a higher grade?
Yeah, so Garrett himself rotates a lot and then comes in down the middle and he gets blocked by two people. So he automatically gets that grading every time. And that's why you said TJ is by far better than Miles. I'm not saying Miles isn't great. He is great.
Right.
But that's why he gets that grading is because how he comes into the line. He always it's whether they double team him or not, he comes into a double team because he comes in between two defenders.
And that's just where it's like they have that PFF thing, and it's because Chris Collinsworth was the one who found it. Obviously, that's why they have it on Sunday Night Football. But yeah, I mean, it's just I saw that and I was like, I just can't.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of rude.
You go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go over why I didn't watch the rest of Monday Night Football.
Run it.
Ian, I don't know are you on your iPad?
I'm on my computer. You pull something up.
Can you pull what I sent you or no? On your computer? If not, it's not a big deal. I didn't know if you had an Apple.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
So yeah, as of last night, I watched the first quarter. So I've been getting big on this. Week 1, didn't win a lot of bets. Just didn't. Week 2, I said, guess what? I'm not betting a lot. I'm going to live bet a lot. So I'm going to watch these games and I'm going to live bet, feel them out, right? So got into this game. I made one bet prior to the game starting, watered down a bunch of players.
Sure.
And made my bet. Just a small little bet. And then I got into that game and I said, all right, normal Nick Chubb running all over the Steelers.
Right.
I'm going to mash him 3 different ways. Took him for his line at 80.5, took him for his line at 100, took him for his line at 125 for about a $200 swing. I also had him in another parlay with 2 anytime touchdown scores. Ian's going to probably pop up the parlay I made. I took this exact parlay and then added Nick Chubb and Jamal Williams to it. Both of which went out of the game. Jamal went out. And then, obviously, if you watch football, Nick Chubb went out of the game. Which nobody in here, whether they're Steeler fans or not, wants to see. By far,
absolutely not.
The best running backs in the league.
Yep.
Dude's a stud. Hope he comes back just for the sake of him. But, yeah, I mean, you never like to see, the same knee or anything like that ever happen. But as soon as he folded, I was like, and he grabbed his knee. Because obviously you were at the game, so you saw it different. But from TV, you saw him fold over, and you couldn't see it because it was, real speed. I was like,
yeah,
that didn't look comfortable. And then when his lineman went to pick him up, and he goes, you could hear him on live television just grimace.
Oh, man.
Oh, and I was like, yeah, he's done. That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
These players have so much adrenaline and everything running through them. When you hear that, they're done.
Right. Yeah, we I don't know if they'll let me. You
guys got to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I was on the opposite side. I was in the closed end, but they I saw the tackle. I saw him go down, and it looked like he fumbled the ball at first, because he got crunched. And then they showed the replay, and they showed the angle that everybody saw, and in succession, 72,000 people all just went, ooh, and it was just. I mean,
you're on TV, you could hear it.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Steelers fans for cheering Chubb on. That was great.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, game recognized game.
Nobody wants to see that stuff at all. But I think the other, I kind of put the silence. I had a bunch of people message me, and they're like, what's his name? Who hit him down with the ankle?
Minka,
yeah. So everyone's like, oh, yeah, Minka hit him low. No, he didn't. Minka dove in. Minka put his helmet on pretty much practically his ankle. Maybe the turf first, if anything.
Yeah.
And the problem is it wasn't that he just stopped his forward motion,
Right.
and then someone else took him the other way.
Yep. It's bad timing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's football. I mean, it could have been his own player. I mean, it wasn't at that point, but it could have been his own player pushing him forward, and it would have snapped that.
Yep.
It's just that's a running back, and that's why they explained today. Running backs need paid because they're more short term because they get wrapped up and they get rolled on and stuff happens. So
I'm trying to figure out the screen sharing thing real quick.
This year, but I hope he makes it back. Dude's a stud.
I hope so too, man. He's so
great
good.
Player, great mentality. Like, dude, just overall a good person too.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
I mean, he's an animal.
I know they don't want to do this, but he just eats the Steelers.
Oh, he does. He absolutely eats the Steelers. I mean, if he didn't get hurt, we lose that game.
Yeah,
he scored a touchdown there for sure, and we lose that game for sure.
I mean, and I was going to bring this up. I'll wait till Jimmy comes back to bring it up. But I mean, he eats. It's insane. How good he is against, and that's why I saw the live bet. I'm like, dude, there's no way this dude doesn't have 100. You know what? Let's go 125. So I just kept stacking it, and then I saw him get hurt. I watched 2 more plays, and I said,
"Going bed."
I went to bed.
Yeah,
I woke up and I saw the Steelers won. I was like, how? And then I pulled up ESPN, saw the Watt fumble, and I was like, all right, back to bed. What's crazy? You're gonna pull this parlay up. If you get it up. And I had an under for this game for 49. Because I just figured everything lost because Najee was at 4 yards when I turned it off.
Yeah.
I had 25. I guess Jimmy told me he ran, had one good run. But yeah, it was a sloppy game too, so I also didn't like watching it. So he got hurt. The game wasn't fun to watch for not being a fan. It was a mediocre game. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm wrong, but I'm definitely going to be wrong now about the Browns with no Nick Chubb. It's just not going to go well.
No, it's not. I mean, you saw Watson played it's.
Yeah, and I never. And when I told you guys my faith in them, it was never behind 100% of Watson. I mean, I don't think Watson was as bad as he was last night, but it was mainly behind their defense and Nick Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I still to this point after last night, you guys got some stuff to figure out.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of stuff to figure out.
It's not good.
The defense is. We haven't figured out the defense.
Hey, yeah.
The offense.
Yeah, no.
The offense is. So I don't know what's going on. I think I'd have to close out of Chrome and reopen it back up to pull it up.
So yeah, I mean, I'll read it off here. It was a pretty simple. It was a watered down parlay, right? So it was obviously Watson and we had what was it in here? I'm looking at this upside down. Watson and Pickett for 150. Should be easy, right? Pickens for 25. Elijah Moore for 25. Nick Chubb for 50, and Najee for 25, and then the under. Najee was the biggest sweat. Like I said, when I turned off the TV, I'm pretty sure he had 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah.
At that point, Elijah had dropped three passes. But to be honest, if I would have watched that game out to the fullest, the biggest sweat would have probably been the under. Because I think it fell 40 at 49.5.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, the biggest thing, like I said, Jimmy, I don't know if you heard anything when you're outside, but
I heard. Yeah, I had you guys in my ear. I heard you.
The biggest thing was obviously, Chubb just, it is what it is.
I don't think we win that game if he stays healthy.
Nope.
Because all you guys do is keep pounding the rock. I heard you mention it. He would have hit 200 yards last night.
Mm-hmm.
Not a doubt in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about the Steelers O-line real quick because there was one running play in particular that they handed it off to like the 3 gap, and every single defensive lineman for the Cleveland Browns was 2 to 3 yards in our backfield by the time Najee had the ball.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
So it was funny.
Fall down in front of them.
Yeah.
Do something. Build a wall.
How does everyone hit the gap on you at the same damn time? How, Sway?
Yeah. So it's weird. You bring that up, and Damien brought it up last night. I didn't really say much about it because I saw it, but they run draws for Najee, and they run more of a sweep for Warren. It's weird.
Look, I mean, it's easy to say, like, oh, he's the more productive back because you see him getting explosive. And to a degree, I agree with that. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that Jaylen Warren is a better running back than Najee Harris.
No.
He's not. He's just not. It's just the whole run game in general, dude. It's the O-line. It is just the entire offense.
Who's your center now?
Center?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know. It's
Mason
not Marquise
Cole.
Pouncey, and that's all that matters. Mason Cole. There you go. Thank you.
He was an animal.
But while we're on the offensive line, why the fuck is Broderick Jones not playing?
Right.
You
Dan Moore was
traded
getting
up for this
eaten
dude,
alive.
and he can't beat out Dan Moore? Are you not concerned about that? He was your first overall pick that you moved up for in the fucking draft, and he can't beat Dan Moore? The guy who's got the fucking name of a certified public accountant? Are you shitting me? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. I'm with you. I was glad they played. Speaking of draft picks, they put JP Jr. in the game more later.
Yeah, same thing. Why are you letting Levi Wallace get cooked, bro? Through the air and on the ground.
Exactly. Right. Just play him.
Yeah, the dude can't tackle half a pizza by himself, and you got him out there like.
I mean, you dropped the half for a reason.
Right. If you're drafting these players, why aren't you now? I will say I don't care how little JPJ has played. No matter what happens, as long as JPJ has a career of like 2 or 3 years, you win that trade with Chicago. You just do. Oh, because Claypool was not it.
No.
Claypool's not it. I know he had a touchdown against you guys. Yeah, well, hooray. But
There's There's some reports coming out of Chicago where they're basically just done with him because he shows no effort. He doesn't try. Doesn't in practice. He's not putting any effort to get better.
Who?
Really? Claypool.
Oh yeah, they want to get rid of him.
Yeah, they're done with him. I mean,
yeah, Fields already said something about him that he doesn't like playing with him. His route running in practice.
Yeah, I don't know. Chicago might finish last in the league. They might be getting Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
On it, I wish the Steelers would just as much as it hurts me, dude. Just finish 32nd and go 1-16. I'll take all the shit.
You wanted 2-15.
I'd rather them trade.
Great point, John. 2-15. What am I thinking?
I'd rather them try to trade up for the first. See all those losses.
Yeah, dude, that is a tough year to take, dude.
Yeah.
I know, but we've been spoiled, dude. As Steelers fans, or people our age, as Steelers fans, or Patriot fans, or Packers fans, maybe you Broncos fans, Chiefs fans, more recently. You've just been spoiled.
You don't know
now in our lifetime the Chiefs have been dog shit for a while, but
you don't know where.
Right. It's not like we're fans of a team like I don't know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are relevant once every 2 decades. You know what I mean? Dude, I wasn't even thinking about the Mike Evans jersey or the creamsicle hat or the flag in the background. That was completely random.
This isn't Mike Evans.
Just a random.
No,
it's Godwin.
No,
is it
Godwin? Whatever, dude. I could only see the
Godwin.
No, it was our rent a player for 2 years. Deshaun Jackson, baby.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh wait, Godwin's 14, right? Never mind.
Yeah. No, so. We got to warm up the week, so we're rolling through jerseys this week. So Deshaun was podcast, and then we got Lynch on Saturday.
Speaking of Saturday, real quick, I know we don't talk much about college football, but there is a slate of games, boys.
Yeah.
So I was looking at this.
slate.
Let me see here.
While you're looking for that, I want to talk about Colorado because I love Dion. Love Dion, as a kid. Love what he brings to the game, what he brings to coaching. But there's always a but. I'm not that excited about this team that was a 24-point favorite at home to Colorado State. Went to OT, or maybe double OT. Was it single or double? Double OT. And then your fans storm the field. Like, I get it. You've already won 3 times more games than you did last season, but, like, I need to calm down out there in Boulder. You go to Oregon, and then you got USC. So if you win those 2 games, all right, I'm a believer, like the end of Shrek. But until then, y'all just beating who you got to beat. Yeah, I know you beat TCU, who's in the national championship last year, and hats off for that. And great job turning around that program. That program's already exponentially better than what they were last year.
Already better.
But let's pump the brakes a little bit. You're ready to fucking crown Shedeur Heisman and shit.
So you say that. That spread on that Colorado State game before TCU was Colorado State was winning that game. Whatever Vegas saw, I don't know what they were trying to hook there, whether they were trying to get people to take Colorado State was. That game was Colorado State before TCU's game. It was like I think it was like a 3-point spread.
Yeah. Well, I mean that was also before any game was played in the season. So,
but to go to that.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's a 27-point swing. I understand.
That's Vegas.
And I'm pissed at myself because I didn't stay up for the end of that game. It didn't start till 10 o'clock.
Well, I watched
most of it, and I came home with every intention of finishing it. And
so, like you said, love Dion. I love Dion because he came and made a statement about the guy that hit Hunter. And he goes, back in the day, I would have smoked Hunter. He goes, I would have done the same thing. He goes, but for you guys out there going and making death threats to this guy, like, what are you doing?
Right, yeah.
It's just like the thing with Madison. I mean, dude, that's the problem. And I forget who said it the other day. There was it wasn't McCaffrey. It was another running back. And he goes, the game's so bad now because there's so much fantasy in it. There's so much betting in it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if I drop this pass, somebody missed their mortgage payment.
Dude, I mean, there's so much like keyboard warriors. People think they're all so fucking tough because they're sitting behind a screen. They can say whatever they want. But I wish that they would like find these people and then like give their address to the person they're talking to. Well, here you go. This is the person talking shit.
Give it to the fans of
that. Fuck that. Make them.
Give it to the fans of that.
Make them suit up. Make them suit up.
Yep,
that's
there you
what
go.
I want. Strap it up, dog. Get your ass in there. Now, I mean, we to an extent do the same thing, but we're not out here giving out death threats. Like,
right?
Exactly. There's the media does the same thing that we're doing, but these guys are, death threats and using racial slurs and all this kind of shit. Like, there's no room for it.
No,
you're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
Oregon's favored by 21 Saturday.
I think it's closer than that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado wins.
You're missing one of your best players.
Hunter.
On both sides of the ball. Not just one side, both sides.
Yeah, that sucks too. It sucks that like those are the games that like I was gonna watch. They should be exciting.
They already ruled them out 3 games.
Now it's like,
the toughest 3 games of their schedule.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it sucks for college football. Like,
yeah, right. There's a lot of good matchups though.
Buckeyes taking on Notre Dame in Notre Dame.
That's gonna be a good one.
I'm never nervy about the Buckeyes, but like we haven't looked great with the quarterback transition. And I mean, we're favored by I think it's like 2 or 3, but we need to win that game. It has to be a statement game because all they've done is just disrespect us in the rankings and move us back. And then Florida State.
Oh, there it is. 7:30.
7:30.
Penn State, Iowa. I mean, that's always still plays well, but I mean, good thing for Penn State. It's in Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some decent games.
All day long.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Unfortunately, I worked 9 to 9 that day.
Quit.
iPhone weekend.
Quit. Oh, it's
Oh,
iPhone
it is
weekend.
iPhone weekend.
But since we're gonna plug, college football, it was a great weekend for your boy
To be a Gator.
to be a fan of everything. Like,
Florida in general.
had a great day
Go
at work
Florida.
Saturday. Florida beat Tennessee on primetime. Wake up the next day, the Bucs win. Like, what a weekend!
Yeah. God, really couldn't ask for anything more.
That's true.
You couldn't. We'll talk about it next Tuesday. Hopefully, it goes as good.
Right.
We gotta play Philly. I mean, the good news is we do play them at home. That's about the only good news.
Well, no, there's a little bit more. No one expected you to be 2-0.
No,
Right.
absolutely. Kyle
The good
told
news
me,
is we're home.
Kyle goes, I think I'm gonna go to the game Monday. I was like, how about you don't? We're 2-0 right now. Let's not throw some stuff off. Like,
You ain't been yet.
do you want to
Yeah.
drive an hour and a half home after we lose on a Monday night football game? Like, no, don't do that. We'll see. I mean, we got some people coming back off the injured list, so
Yeah.
It didn't look like there was a lot of people at y'all's game.
at the Bears game,
Mm-hmm.
it was I think 82 when I looked.
Degrees?
No, it was probably hotter than that. No, it was 82%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pass
And
it.
that's the thing is like, so I was talking to Kyle, but I was like, you going to the game? And he's like, no. He goes, dude, it's hot as shit. People don't realize that. Like the first month of football in Florida, you don't go to a game.
Right.
Because you're going to die.
That
There's one part of the
on Red
city.
Zone they showed the thermometer
Mm-hmm.
for like on the field temperature. I don't know if I read it correctly, but I thought it said like 115.
At Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on field temperature.
Well, no, even Nav. So we have a group chat. It's me, Kyle, Nav, and Conrad. And Conrad goes, our players are dying on the field. Like they were all cramping and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, it was.
Was that right though? Was it like one like
I didn't
that
see
hot?
it. I know it was up there, but I didn't see it. I mean, that makes sense. It's normally like this time of the year, it's around 110. So
Dude, I don't even like leaving the house when it's like above 78, if I'm being completely honest. Especially with this ginger skin, bro. Like it just does not bode well for me.
It was
It was so
69,
funny.
70 degrees here today. Oh man, that was fantastic.
it just gets stupid hot down there, and it's just not fun.
Right. With
If
me
you walk
being so
outside
close to the
and
lake
just-
now, bro.
Yeah.
It's like hoodie weather. Ooh.
Oh, it feels so.
Oh,
good.
at night it gets nice and chilly. I love it. My
This
favorite
is
time of year, bro.
porch weather
It's
and
great time.
fire weather
Yes, sir.
this time of the year. But yeah,
Well,
I think that's a wrap on football. We got some crazy weekend coming up. That's when it really starts mattering once you get 3 games under your belt, right?
That's right. Doug, I do not root for Gators players. Just so we're clear. Unless I were to have one on my fantasy team. You had heat on in the truck this morning because it was 68. Where do you live?
Virginia.
That's AC weather, my guy.
right, that's still like that's windows down cruising weather.
Dude, I'll tell you, my brothers are both the opposite of me. I go to their house, I'm like sweaty.
Oh, Marquise. Yeah. Okay. Good point. I thought you meant like current players. Yeah. No, I love Marquise Pouncey.
Yeah.
And I got to talk shit to Mike Pouncey, and he hit me back with the bar. He hit me with a cold ass bar, bro. That shit, I couldn't help but laugh. It was so funny.
Who was it, Pouncey?
Yeah,
Mike
so
Pouncey.
like 5 or 6 years ago, I think it was 27. Yeah, it was 2017 season. I went down to the Steelers Dolphins game right when Hard Rock opened,
Mm-hmm.
and we were front row in the end zone because like if I'm gonna do Miami's a bougie enough weekend trip already, I'm gonna be bougie as fuck going to the game, right? So we had end zone seats, and it was the year they drafted Laramie Tunsil, or maybe the year after. So I'm just being myself, a heckling asshole, and I screamed like, "Hey yo, Laramie, roll one up, bro!" And got no response. So I was like, I know you had to hear, right? Like we talked about earlier on the pod, I'm loud as shit. So Mike Pouncey comes out and they're starting like, he's doing his snaps or whatever. And he's got like his helmet off and shit. And I was like, hey, yo, Mike, I like your brother. He's better. And he goes, your girl like me better. And what am I supposed to say to that? Like, bro, you won.
Probably.
You won. And of course, Miami won the game because we were 4-1 and they were 1-4. So you just knew that was going to happen because that's Tomlin. It had nothing to do with me, bro. He didn't need no extra motivation. He was playing against his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It had nothing to do with me. It's just the Steelers being the Steelers. Mm-hmm. They went down to Miami, partied their ass off for the weekend, just like I did. And they got gone.
Do it.
Just that's what it is.
Bro, it was so good having them together, dude. Pouncey brothers are insane.
Did they both play center at Florida? They couldn't have.
No, I'm just saying, like, them two together, like, insane.
I thought was it. I was going to say they got.
Yeah, I was like, okay, are you not going to tell me what position they played? Or
No, Mike played center for us the whole time.
What did Marquise play?
Yeah.
Guard?
No, Marquise. My bad. Sorry.
What did Mike play? Guard?
He had to have been a guard.
Yeah.
I would imagine it's much easier to transition from guard to center in the NFL than tackle would be.
Yeah,
plus,
Marquise.
Neither of them were really built like tackles. They're like short, stocky dudes.
They're a little more than stocky.
So they were side by side.
You know what I mean?
Guard.
Yeah. Marquise was our main center.
Yeah. Speaking of the line, we were at the game. They announced the whole starting lineup. They did the offense, and it was so weird because typically going to a Steeler game whenever Ben was there, you'd have DeCastro come out, and you'd have Pouncey come out, and then you'd have Villanueva come out, and
Ramon Foster.
Let's go, Ramon Foster, and you would just cheer because they were dogs. And then this year they announced all the starting linemen, and I'm like, all right,
yeah,
you're a lineman.
Like you're at a
Why
WWE.
are you still a tackle? Where's Roger Jones?
Like, who's your guys?
I want a refund.
Right, and then they get to obviously it was Darnell Washington. Was like, okay, all right, he's huge. And then finally I got to Muth, and then Pickens, and then Al Robinson. It was like, okay,
like who's your guys' main O-line guy?
Right, why aren't you announcing the defense? What'd you say?
I said, who's your main O-line guy you guys root for now?
None.
I mean, I root for all 5 of them. But
right. I want them to do good.
It's a weird fucking question.
As far as cheering,
who's the anchor to our line? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who anchors that line.
Okorafor got the most cheers. Yeah. But he got the Chooks. That's why. Mm-hmm. Anybody that has a ooh in their name, fans love them.
Bro, Patty Fry was still the best thing to cheer for in your guys' stadium.
Oh, absolutely. I wore my Mood jersey last night.
Dude, you can hear that. Dude, so the 2 things I heard in the first half of watching that game was Muth and when Chubb got injured.
Yeah.
You could hear the whole stadium on the TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because
it was rough.
Dipshit, our television broadcast can't show the other view, but they're showing it in the stadium right now if you want to listen to it. That's why you heard it in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Dipshit Chris.
But I mean, of course, Twitter's unbeaten. They were just quick with the still shot.
I mean, I get it. It was a ESPN would have said fucking send it. They have Pat McAfee show now.
It was ESPN, bro.
No, it was the ABC or NBC that came with through it.
Same company. It was on ABC, but it's same.
Yeah,
company.
that was who said no to it though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's who said you couldn't replay it. He even said it on the on the broadcast. He says, "Yeah, we can't do this because of
graphic."
Yeah. I mean,
it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good one. But we'll see.
Yeah. Boy, all right, put a bow on it.
Yep, I'll say we're gonna have to knock it the fantasy this time. We'll go to the next time. We have plenty of weeks to do it. That's week 2 NFL. That's episode 26 in the books. As always, thanks for watching. We appreciate all of you. There's 5 people watching right now, so it's almost 11 o'clock. You guys are the best. I don't know who you are. Hearts. I don't know why you're still awake. I'm tired, but we appreciate it. Shout out W, as always, our sponsor. We'll come back with you. We promise we'll do some nightcasts and stuff eventually. Life's just crazy right now. We're going to keep doing this every Tuesday at 9.
Right. Until you guys tell more of your friends about it, and we can just make this all 3 of our full-time jobs. We just, we got to work. Sucks.
Gotta work.
Trust me. I would love to do nothing more than talk sports and shit with these 2 7 days a week. But, got bills to pay,
That's right. We would schedule us right after the Pat McAfee show so it doesn't interfere with your daily watching. Like 4 o'clock to like 7, like perfect timing.
I would love to be like A.J. Hawk, just shooting the ball in the basketball.
we get a whole center location. We can do it. But guess what? We can't do it ourselves. It's up to all you guys.
Right. For now, we're still just poor and not famous. Maybe it'll change someday.
Maybe. All we can do is try.
That's it.
All right. Episode 26 in the books. Until next Tuesday.